Now, you just heard, we have a lot to unpack and unravel there when it comes to headlines concerning our kids in America today under the Biden regime. Tamara Farah is the senior director over at Moms for America. Tamara, let's first begin with homeschooling and the remote learning issue. This Harvard study comes out proving what we all knew, that making kids learn out of one of these for 2 years was going to screw them up.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
Sure.
The issue here is a backstory, and that is a watchdog group that exposed the fact that the White House, the American Federation of Teachers, and the CDC were in cahoots, in collaboration. They found the email trail. AFT lobbied the CDC to put the brakes on a full reopening of in-person classrooms. Listen, education is not a collaboration between big government and special interest groups. It is between parents and educators at the local level, and that is according to the 1979 law that established the U.S. Department of Education. So the fact that parents were not front and center, letting it be known that they want their kids back in the classroom, while special interests had their own agenda in closing schools, is absolutely unacceptable to parents and kids in this country.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing a tweet somebody resurfaced from the Chicago Teachers Union, and this wasn't just them. There was many teachers unions, Democrat lawmakers, and liberal whack jobs that were saying this stuff. When we all conservatives were pushing, get them back in the classroom, get them back in the classroom, and I'm talking like in late 2020, early 21, right? There are tweets out there saying putting kids back in the classroom, especially in minority communities, is racist. And I know for a fact one of them was the Chicago Unified School District, whatever, Teachers Union.
For the minorities. The minority students, which represent about 30%, spent more than 4 months in those communities. They spent more than 4 months in remote learning, whereas it was about 40% that spent less than a month. And there's a dramatic growth in educational inequity, according to that Harvard study, in these districts.
Yeah.
That loss of learning will not be, if we don't make it up soon within the next year or so. By the way, all these federal dollars coming down, and very little is actually being spent on making up those deficits. But if those kids are not able to make them up, they will suffer for a lifetime. So this is no small thing. And you were talking about Chicago. And, you know, back when the Chicago teachers unions were shutting down schools again because of a, quote, increase in COVID, I did the math. That was 0.03% increase. And I'm telling you what, that is no reason to shut down schools. We have a lot of political agendas here, not parent and family agendas that are controlling our schools.